What's going on, you guys? Man, you guys already know the deal, man. It's your boy Go Getter. Let's get into it for SPY Sundays. Checking out my SPY outlook for the week, man. So first things first, man. Right here on the notes, we have SPY futures are up, right? So the futures are up overnight. So we have risen up to the upside right now. Overnight, it is Sunday. Market is moving up. The futures are moving up because U.S. and Iran they paused their military strikes over the weekend, right? So we got the oil down 5%. Right, and easing inflation pressure right before the Fed meets because we have the Federal Reserve meeting up on Wednesday, right? So let's get straight into what I see for this week, man. So on SPY for this week, you see that, like I said, overnight we have moved up. So Friday we ended up here at 738. Since Sunday, since the market's open today at 3 p.m., the futures market we have gapped up and moved up to 743. So tomorrow, what I'm looking at, man, I'm looking at this level that we couldn't get above last week of 743. Thursday, Friday, we couldn't get above this level at 743, right? So that's my first resistance level. I want to see, right, do we reject off of this tomorrow and go back to the downside and stay below it, right? Or do we do something like go above it tomorrow, right, test it again, and then go higher, right? Or do we do something like even go ahead above this level and go act like we're going up, but then come right back down to the downside? So this is the level that I'm going to be watching for tomorrow to the upside. What I'm really looking at for myself, man, I want to see it stay above this level and fill this gap up and test that 750 level. That's what I'm betting on us to happen for the upside tomorrow. If it doesn't happen, we are prepared to go to the downside and look at this level of 737 that we couldn't quite get below, right? This whole area is where we've been playing around, right? So if we can get below this area, right, and maybe stay below it, move down to that 735 and see if we can stay below that, and maybe even go further down to test these 730s, right? That's if we want to stay below this 737 and see something to the downside, right? Right. So maybe we see something at this level, like we go down and then go back up, right? Or maybe we at this level we end up seeing something like, hey, we go down, we come back up, stay below it, then go back down, right? So that's what I'm going to be looking at this level. Even something like this, hey, we stay in between and then bounce back up to the upside, stay in this range, and then go back up to the upside. So that's what I'm going to be looking at the levels for SPY. So 743, and if we can stay above that, I'm looking at 750 to test that, right? And if we could get to, and if we test 737, I'm looking to see if we stay above 737 and then keep rising up to the upside and stay in this range, or do we get below it and stay below it, possibly going even further, right? Once again, market is opening overnight at this level. Market is moving overnight at this level of 743. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. If we end up staying up overnight, or if we move down overnight, we may be testing this level. So we will see tomorrow. On top of that, the other news that we have, like I was talking about, right? We have SoFi earnings. So company SoFi, they have earnings on July 29th. That is the Wednesday. So SoFi has earnings on Wednesday, right? This is a company that is below their support right now that I've had in their range. Below their support right now, they're at $16. So let's see whether or not they want to rise after their earnings, or if they want to stay below. But this is a solid stock that's below its 52-week high. Right here, November 2025, you have a high of $32 for SoFi. Right, and then down here we're at $16. So if you're able to get into this now, you're getting it 50% off, right? You get a good gain to the upside when this stock moves back up to the upside. On top of that, we have Meta, right? You guys know this has been my favorite stock, right? Meta has been lagging up and down all year, but this is giving us plenty of buying opportunities. Man, Meta at 595, right? They have a 52-week low of 520, but a 52-week high. Last year was 793. This year the 52-week high is probably about like 740 or something like that, right? But their 52-week high is in the 700s, and they are in the low 600s at 595. This is the stock that I hold the most in. This is the stock and the biggest earnings that I'm going to be watching this year. Meta has been spending a lot of money on AI, so let's see if we're getting that return, and let's see how much more money they plan on spending on AI, right? So that's going to be Meta for Wednesday happening. And then also Wednesday, we have the Fed. The Federal Reserve is also going to be reporting, right? So we have the Federal Reserve that's going to be reporting and talking about the interest rates and talking about all the stuff that has to do with our money system and inflation, right? So markets will be watching that. So something else to keep in mind also is the ceasefire is fragile. Uh, Ukraine and Iran. There's a so there's a Ukraine strike on an Iranian vessel in the Caspian Sea over the weekend. So even though we have a ceasefire between U.S. and Iran, I guess Ukraine ended up attacking Iran. So let's see how strong this ceasefire holds up. Um, Markets are breathing easier on the Iran pause, but Wednesday is the real test. So Wednesday is going to be the real test. SoFi has earnings, Meta has earnings, and the Federal Reserve is the real test. Let's see what they're going to be talking about according to the interest rates and how the money is moving. And once again, man, this is not financial advice, man. I want you guys to be able to do your own research. I want to keep you guys updated. But this is no financial advice. Do your own research. I'm just telling you guys what I see. Um, we have a link from CNBC. If we end up going to CNBC and seeing what's going on, you guys can look on CNBC and see the latest article. I'm going to be putting it into my Discord, but that article is what's guiding me to make my current moves. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. I'm going to be putting the link to the article in the Discord. But all in all, man, that's what I'll be looking at SPY for tomorrow. That breakdown was on the hourly time frame. And let's see. If you guys want more, if you guys want to stay updated, man, click the link in the bio and come join us at Full Circle Wealth. Daily breakdowns every day. We go live in the Discord, all this stuff. But go ahead, click the link in the bio, join us at Full Circle Wealth, and stay tuned for the rest of the week. Catch me in the Discord, and I'll be posting the updates in the Discord. It's your boy Fisher Go Getter. I am out.